Hey folks, welcome back to another video. I am honestly having such a fulfilling day and I wish I had the energy to do more. I've harvested hawthorn berries, I've harvested elderberries, I've gone to farmers market, I've gone to the ashram for a celebration, I met up with friends, and honestly, I'm like, okay, my body wants to rest, but I'm like, there's more fruit to harvest. There's more things to do. But I'm learning balance, right? With things that I want to do versus giving my body that TLC and rest that I need. And Miss Leilani Pani is on my lap in case you see me looking down. She wanted to be a part of this video, so she is here. So, all right, friends, let's talk jumping timelines or shifting timelines, right? And changing realities, right? So, timeline jumping can happen in an instant. It can honestly happen in an instant. It can happen if someone's in trouble and they're about to, let's say, have an accident or something like that, and next thing you know, they're in a different timeline where whatever was about to happen doesn't happen. It's honestly like a movie. It can shift that fast. I've had my own experiences, and I know others that have had experiences as well. So let's talk constantly shifting timelines and consciously changing realities, just so you understand how it works. One of the ways to consciously shift your reality is to step outside of fear. Fear can completely make your life be stagnant, make you stay in the same town, at the same job, in the same relationship, and years will go by. Honestly, years will go by, and you're still in the same stuck situation because of fear, right? Or you may not want to do videos, or you may not want to do certain things that you are guided to do because you don't want people to hate on you or to think, who does he think he is? Like that he's, telling me what to do, or whatever the case may be. Stop letting fear control your world. If you want to shift your reality to something different, here's a few steps that you can take to shift your reality, right? And jump timelines on your own consciously. So if there's something that you want, you have to feel it. You have to know, like, how does that feel to have it? And right, and if you don't know how it feels to have it, look at people that have it. Steady famous people that have it, and I'm hoping Leilani does not knock over the camera. But steady famous people that have it. Do roundtables in your mind of, let's say, 3 to 5 famous people that have that thing that you want. And here is the thing to be conscious of. Don't hate on other people that have what you want, because the universe is constantly taking snapshots of your energy, right? So it may be challenging in a world where people, are competitive, and we're raised to be competitive in schools, at work. Even if we have siblings, the parents may say, oh, Johnny beat you to it, or, he's the faster one, or she's the smarter one, whatever the case may be. We have to stop competing with each other and be happy for each other, right? Even if that's something that you have to practice doing. So anywho, back to this round table. If you want to be a famous singer, let's say, and you love Bob Marley, and you love other people maybe of different genres, music genres, take those 3 people in your mind and see them at a round table. See them giving you messages. See yourself asking them questions. Write down what you would like to know and ask these 3 people that have actually made it already, right? So that's one thing you can do. Another thing you could do is start taking those steps towards the thing that you want. Hey, if you don't want to live in the city anymore, if you don't want to be in traffic for an hour going to work, or if you don't want to be on the train in the city for an hour catching 3 trains just to get to your job in Manhattan, what the heck are you going to do about it? How can you consciously shift your reality? Well, what's stopping you from moving from that location, that job, that reality, right? It's amazing when you finally step outside your little box of friends in that town, your coworkers, your work friend coworkers. When you step outside of that and you go on a vacation somewhere completely different and you see that, oh wow, this is a different energy. There's different work I can do. There's different people here that I can have as friends, or neighbors. This is a whole different little snow globe. I like to call it a snow globe. It's literally a different reality. You're taking yourself, or you're getting a glimpse of a different reality and a possible timeline where you can be living a different life. That's why vacations are really precious, right? Especially the people that go to places that are very different than what they're doing and where they live, or they consciously choose their vacation, not the same vacation every year with the family. Oh, we're going to Disney every year. No, what's some place that you would love to live, but maybe you think you can't afford it? Plan a small vacation there. Plan a trip there. Go where the locals are. Don't just go to the tourist areas. See where the locals are, how it feels, how it looks. I remember I was looking for a place in Florida, and I was seriously considering it. I wanted to change. This was a few years ago. And a friend of mine was moving from Sedona to Florida. And I was invited to actually come when my lease was up and stay a little while to see if it's a place that I can see myself living. And I've lived in Florida years ago. But if it's a place I can see myself living, I can possibly get a place and right by the ocean. So I went for 3 months, I think it was. And it was interesting. It was a different reality than what I was used to in the desert, right? And so I enjoyed it. It was like, okay, I'm going to enjoy walking 5 minutes to the beach. I'm going to enjoy being able to sit here and have my laptop and work by the water, or go kayaking or whatever the case may be. I consciously shifted my reality to where when I look back at my friends in Sedona, it was like I remember being around them, I remember relating with them, but now I was out of that reality and I was in different reality, different land, different plants, different neighbors. It was pretty cool. So I actually had the option to choose that new reality consciously, right? You see where I'm going with this? And things that you had in that other reality, with time, next thing you know, you start to forget about them. Your ways and habits may change because you're no longer going to that same supermarket. You're no longer seeing the same people, having the same conversations, the same event space, right? Now, you're out of your normal routines and things that you generally do. So you're shifting your energy and with your location, and you have a chance to do something completely different, to have different experiences, right? Your body may even respond differently. So life is amazing. And some people, when they're on a spiritual journey, if you're meant to meet, let's say your significant other that you're gonna travel the world with, or you're gonna have a major kind of connection with, and it's going to change both of your lives, and you are sitting there afraid to leave a job that you can't stand or it's a dead end, spirit, your higher self, and your guide, they may cause a tower moment so that you lose your job. Literally, my guides have sabotaged things to get me to leave because I wasn't ready to leave a situation. Or in my latest situation, I remember moving from somewhere And my roommate was like, oh, well, you can always come back. My family was like, you can always go back. Everybody was saying that. And something inside of me kept saying, why am I setting, why am I agreeing to that? Why am I agreeing to fail, to have to go back to something that spirit clearly is saying it's time to shift from? So literally, I saw spirit flip my relationship with the roommate that I was leaving from oh my goodness, I don't want you to leave. I love you. You've been amazing. To separating our stuff a month before I'm leaving, writing, putting your name on stuff, separating toilet tissue, dishwashing liquid, food in the fridge. And I'm sitting there like watching all this take place. And because I've experienced spirits sabotaging before to get me to do things, it still is uncomfortable, but I was aware. Like, all right, spirit, you don't want this to be an option. You want me to move forward knowing that I am co-creating my reality, not co-creating me having to come back to something that I'm finished with, whether it's a lesson, whether it's a location, whether it's an experience to help two people out. I was being guided to move on, but everyone was saying, oh, if you need to come back, and spirit was like, we're going to kibosh this, right? And so I was aware of that. So folks, I don't want to make a super long video, but when you're working to shift your reality or your timeline, these things are important. Where do you want to go? Go visit. Go do seva. Do volunteer work in at some place that you want to visit. Volunteer at a garden or a temple or an organization where you want to possibly live. See how it feels for you. Feel it out. And if you have children or you're married, of course, it's a little bit different because you're not, if the children are young, it's a little bit harder if you're feeling this calling to do things. As a single parent, you may be able to just take your child and uproot and go. But if you're not necessarily able to do that, again, the vacation thing, instead of doing the Disney all the time, or we use our vacation days to go to his family's house, my family's house, why don't you do something in a location that you've always wanted to move to, so that your spouse can experience it and you can experience it with your spouse and your family and see how it is on vacation. Take your partner, book a room where the locals are, or go to a restaurant where the locals are and see how it would feel if you actually live there, right? For however long that can be. Like 3 days or 5 days may not be enough to see, but you can still kind of plant seeds and get a little feeling of how it could be. Another thing that I want to explain really quickly is when you are having certain beliefs, right? Not only are you shaping your reality, but you're connecting to certain collectives. There's a 3D collective, a 5D collective, and greater. There's a collective where, of hate. There's a collective of victim consciousness. There's collectives of, oh, I believe in abundance, right? I am abundant. There's abundance all around me. There's collectives of scarcity. And you basically plug into these different collectives based off of how you live your life and how you think. How you think, how you feel, the words that come out your mouth. So many things shift your reality. The collectives that you plug into, are you constantly plugged into a lower collective of consciousness, of fear, of victim consciousness, of scarcity thinking? Because a collective is a group of, it's an energy based off of the group of humans, right, on the planet that are feeding that box. So you have this box, that box, all these different collectives. You have a 3D box, right, where it's like, why are you trying to work for yourself? Stop being a dreamer and get a job, right? Some people's parents tell them that. Stop being a dreamer and get a job. Okay, I can understand getting a job or a part-time job while you're working on your craft, but because the parents' dream didn't come true, and their parent maybe stepped on it. Now they're stuck in this 3D way of thinking that you have to work a 9 to 5 to be successful. So that's a collective, if you're trying to get out of that way of thinking, that you want to unplug from. And consciously, you can do a meditation, see yourself basically ground, right? See yourself, you can see the number 3, see yourself pulling that cord out, right? Make a big gesture. See in your mind's eye this 3D, 3-dimensional word. See yourself pulling that plug out. Everything is energy. See yourself moving up like an elevator and plugging it into 5, right? See yourself plugging it into 5 and feeling good about that. Even try to envision what you're seeing yourself doing, you know, where you want to go or whatever you love, right? These are all things to shift your reality. And the more you see signs of your reality shifting, celebrate those things. Yay, there's abundance. Yay, I'm so happy. I'm so excited. This is so amazing. I'm so grateful. Celebrate it, because the universe is like, ah, shucks, he's grateful. Let's give him more peaches. Let's give him more money. Let's give him more opportunities, right? For whatever you're celebrating. And so the beat goes on, folks, you know, learning how to consciously shape your life and work with energy, and just to be more of a conscious co-creator with the universe and the collectives. Remember to be careful of the collectives that you are coming into agreement with. Like I said, no, I'm not going to agree to fail and need to come back to a space that I'm being guided to move on from, right? What are we coming into agreement with? Coming to agreement with things that are for your highest good. So with that, folks, I am going to get some rest, but I'm going to make some food first. And I love you. I hope you enjoyed another episode, another video. And again, if you like this, then like, share, and subscribe. And if you have any recommendations for future videos, please comment in the comment section below. I love you. Take care. Peace.